Statement of 3 minutes. Who was heads?
I was heads.
We all go first or second for your opening.
I'll go first.
All right then. I present to you our two state senate candidates, Charles Reddick and Senator Cindy Crane. Here we go. Opening statement.
Thank you, Cindy. It's great to be here and have the chance to talk about the issues and talk about the differences between Senator Crane and me. I'm running for state senate because Beacon Hill is broken and we need new leadership. There's too much influence of special interest money, too many conflicts of interest, and not enough results. All you have to do is look at the recent legislative session to see the problem. As armies of lobbyists descended on Beacon Hill, the House and the Senate argued for weeks over casino gambling, a policy I oppose, while important pieces of legislation went unfinished, like the governor's gun control bill, like the bottle bill, like the wind farm permitting bill. And no action was taken on important matters like cleaning up the mess at the probation department and updating our antiquated alimony laws. And then, rather than tackling these issues, the legislature chose to go on recess for the rest of the year. People are upset, they're disappointed, and they have every right to be. This is not how we should be addressing the public policy challenges facing the Commonwealth. I believe we can do better. I believe that I can offer the leadership we need to move beyond business as usual and provide an energetic voice for change, accountability, and progressive public policy in the legislature. I've actually spent a lot of my career fighting for progressive issues and trying to make a difference. In the political world, I've worked in Washington and I've worked here in Massachusetts for progressive leaders like Warren Tolman, George Bachrach, Mark Roosevelt. In the international arena, I'm an attorney and I've run programs, I've led programs in Bosnia and Kosovo to promote democracy and the rule of law, because I believe the world's leading democracy had an obligation to help countries that were trying to become democratic. Over the last 7 years, I've been in the private sector at Boston Scientific. My wife Elise and I live in Newton with our 2 young children who are in the public schools, and I've had the opportunity to become engaged in the community as a Little League and soccer coach, as a member of the Cabot School Council and PTO, as a volunteer in our school library, and as the treasurer of my ward Democratic Committee. What I'm offering is an alternative to the status quo, and I'm leading by example in my campaign. I'm not accepting money from lobbyists or political action committees because I think legislators should only be accountable to the people. I'm pledging to be a full-time senator because I believe the challenges we face demand full-time attention. If elected, I will fight for the progressive values I believe in, and I will focus on 4 key priorities: eliminating or restricting the ability of PACs and lobbyists to make political contributions, getting the long-term costs of healthcare costs under control, advocating for creative and impactful economic development ideas, and pushing for changes to our education system that will make a difference, like reforming MCAS. I hope you will consider supporting me in my run for state senate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy. I would like to thank the Democratic Town Committee for hosting this event, and for all of you who came out on an evening like this to be entertained by Cindy Rowe. Thank you very much for coming. I'm running for the re-election to the state senate because I have been a champion for change, and I want to expand upon my record of leadership doing that. I'm here today to tell you about what I've accomplished and to talk to you about what I can do when I'm re-elected. First and foremost, my priority has been to preserve local aid so that all children will have the best education possible, like I had when I went to the Brookline public schools. I'm so proud that my district has such great schools, and I pledge to make sure that they continue to do that. I'm grateful to have been endorsed by Brookline PACs for my progressive legislation on sentencing reform and criminal records reform. What's at stake here is making sure that we continue to have a progressive leader representing us in the future. Now, Governor Dukakis knows that. He's endorsed me. Mayor Seti Warren knows that. He's endorsed me. Barney Frank, Martha Coakley, they've all endorsed my candidacy. I'm proud that I've had endorsement from various groups of various walks of life. like the Humane Society, like Planned Parenthood, like Mass Equality, like the Environmental League, the Sierra League. They know that I'm the one that's the best person to do the job. I know that my record is strong. I intend to continue exercising leadership in the Senate on behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth. My bill that closed corporate loopholes, raised revenue here, and brought tax relief to small businesses. My bill to expand the stem cell research brought jobs as well as treatment for future illnesses. My bill to reform sentencing has opened the door that has never been opened in 40 years. I'm here to tell you that if you want that kind of leadership to continue in the future, I am pledged to be and continue to be the progressive legislator that I have been in the past. I hope I can bring you into the future. Thank you very much.
Part, the questions. So, what we're going to do with these questions is we're going to give each candidate, again, 3 minutes to answer, and the candidate who started will have a 1-minute rebuttal opportunity, just to make life a little interesting. Okay, so the first answer is going to come from Cindy Cream, and here is the question. The state budget is in a precarious situation with lower tax collections making it difficult to fund local aid, education, and the many services that state government provides. What are your solutions for stabilizing revenues in these bad economic times?
Thank you. Well, in order to
Stand up,
save...
please.
Thank you. Well, one of the things that I filed to stabilize revenues and to bring revenue into the state was the bill that passed on sentencing guidelines, because that bill will save a lot of money for the state. It's expected that that bill will save between $5 and $10 million. I'm the lead sponsor on the bottle bill, and I will guarantee that I will be the lead sponsor again on that bill. That bill will save a lot of money for municipalities, for recycling. Those are a couple of the issues. I have consistently fought to bring the cost down for the probation department. I've filed legislation every year. I've worked, and this year I was successful in getting something passed in the Senate. That's an opportunity for us to bring some more revenues into the state. We certainly aren't going to be in a position to raise taxes, but we need to look at alternate ways. I closed corporate loopholes, and that brought revenue into the state. We need to look at the corporations that are paying the minimum tax. They've been paying that tax for 30 years. We've never raised the minimum tax. I've taken a look at that, and I've made suggestions as that being a way to bring revenue into the state. I don't support gambling. I've never supported gambling. I think there are better ways to bring economic development to the state of Massachusetts. I was supportive and worked on biotech community coming into Massachusetts by expanding my work on stem cell research. I feel that was a very poor bill, the bill on gaming. I don't see any benefit to it. I think it hurt the businesses surrounding it, and that was not the appropriate way to go. I'm happy that there's a film tax credit because I see people who are working in this state, small businesses that are making money that were not able to make money before. That's some of the things I've done in the past, and that's an idea of what I'll be doing in the future.